Hi, everybody. It's Schlockmeister, and welcome to ShlockFest. I'm trying to figure out how to get you the right link to watch it live on YouTube, and hopefully you are watching live on YouTube now. But I might have given you the wrong link because it always asks me for an encoder or some kind of settings setup, which, as you know me, if I can't just press the button and start, then it'll never happen. Anyway, we're here live, and look at my green screen. It's amazing. I'm on the green screen diet. Hopefully, it will make me look thinner. Of course, it didn't work. I thought it was going to disappear, but anyway. Well, that's just technology, isn't it? But yes, you are here for the first ever Schlockfest live, and if you weren't watching it live, you'll watch it later because I'll put a link out there, and hopefully, my three or four fans who have stuck with me over the past 4 years will find this link and enjoy this program. What is Schlockfest? Well, it's been brewing in my head for a while. I wanted to do it really live, like in front of people, and actually have people laugh and joke and respond and come up and review movies with me, but that hasn't happened yet. I'll try to find the proper venue for that. In the meantime, Schlockfest is going to hopefully become a weekly, who knows, series of me reviewing some of my favorite movies, some of your favorite movies, and some movies I've never even seen before. Now, you might wonder, how can I review a movie I haven't seen before? Well, lots of critics do it, don't worry. But in the meantime, I'm just going to tell you what I know about the movie, and we'll just enjoy it together. Of course, I can't show any of the movie clips here on Schlockfest, as with the Schlockmeister show, and Too Late with Schlockmeister, which hasn't really happened yet because I'm late on that one. But in all my shows, I never actually show any movies because that would cost money or demand my time trying to find those free royalty movies. There's a word for it. I can't even think of the word anymore. But when they're so old or so obscure that nobody cares if you use that movie, and they might in fact want you to use their movie just to get it out there. But I am going to hopefully one day show original movies. I'm trying to make movies, and wouldn't that be great? Then I have all the rights and I can make all the royalties. Yes. Well, let's without further ado, let's just get right to the business at hand. And today on Schlockfest, I've got my infamous bag of movies. I don't have anything written on there because I didn't bring my Sharpie. But anyway, the bag of movies is here. And without further ado, let's just start checking out what the movies are in the bag of movies today. We'll go through them, and we'll leave time for some funny business at the end. But we'll see how far we get. All right. Well, should I just? I should probably not look in the bag of movies. There's probably a political message there, and there's a logo, and there's hey, half price books. Might as well promote them in case they give me any free swag. Half price books. Go find them. I gotta remember to look up there. If I just move this, there we go, closer to there, because you know, if you don't know about video technology, right now I could look at myself on the screen, but then I wouldn't be looking at you, the viewers. And why would I want to do that? All right, well, I'm not going to look in the bag of movies. I'm just going to pick one out. Here it is, The Fifth Element. Yes. I probably saw The Fifth Element back in the day when it was out in 2000. I don't know when. Well, but probably even before that. This says 2007 layout and design. So it's probably not the year the movie came out. Bruce Willis still had hair, so that tells you how long ago the movie came out. But I did rewatch it because I forgot all about it, other than the girl with that band aid outfit on. And she's awesome, by the way. She's actually, I just watched all the other series movies she's in. What the hell's that one called? Where she's Alice, and she's lost and running around. And man, I want to say, I can't even remember now. This should have it on there. Well, it's Mila Jovovich is her name. So look her up. You'll find those movies where she plays Alice in the future and is a killing machine, but doesn't want to be. But that's not the movie we're reviewing. We're reviewing The Fifth Element. Can we get a close up shot on that? All right. Anyway, who else is? Oh, look who's in there. Gary Oldman. He's been in so many great movies with so many characters. I mean, he just won the Oscar playing, Winston Churchill. I think, I think that was him. Anyway, he's great. He was awesome in Harry Potter, so of course you're gonna love him in everything else. And Bruce Willis. Well, let me just say, every time Bruce Willis is in a action movie, I'm the first one to turn on my Netflix and check it out because I'm a fan. My sister loves him, and if she ever could meet him, she'd give anything for that. So, Bruce, if you're out there, my sister wants to meet you. But on the other note, this is one of his first movies, and guess what? It's directed by Luc Besson. Now, I don't know about anything other than his career. He's had some great movies, and there was an amazing movie that you probably haven't seen called Subway. I happen to have it on VHS tape if anybody wants to borrow it. But it is an amazing early film of his, and all kind of stylized, futuristic, kind of probably what led to some of his other movies. And I think there's another movie of his in the bag too. He's just all over the place. Sometimes he produces. This time he wrote the story and the screenplay. So, and then he also directed it. Now, you know, regardless of what his personal problems or issues have been, I totally watch all his movies. So, oh, he did Nikita. He did a bunch of stuff. Anyway, have we even talked about The Fifth Element yet? Wow, we're live and I'm just babbling. The Fifth Element. Hey, it was called The Futuristic Eye Popping Adventure by Bill Deal of ABC Radio Network. And I might as well promote ABC Radio Network in case they need somebody else besides Bill Deal to review movies for them because I'm available. Okay, The Fifth Element. What's it about? It's about a futuristic taxi driver who gets an unexpected passenger who then has to help her save the world. That's about it in a nutshell. Um, it's also an outrageous sci fi adventure, extravagantly told tale of good versus evil set in an unbelievable 23rd century world. So, see, sometimes my descriptions don't quite match up with the back of the video. But anyway, oh, it's also a jaw dropping, mind blowing pop epic, according to Joe Layden of NBC TV. Hey, I used to work for NBC TV, but that was a million years ago. But I'm still available, NBC. All right. Well, on that note, oh, it's PG-13. There were a few little bits in there that the kids might not be able to see. There's a crazy blue alien there. I don't know if I remember. I watched it about 2 weeks ago. And gosh, I don't even remember. Oh, Chris Tucker's in it. Well, maybe, you can turn the volume down during those sections. But anyway, all right. On that note, we're going to say goodbye to Fifth Element. And I hope I gave you a nice review of it. If not, please, in the comments below, tell me what you want out of a movie review. Do you want me to talk more about the method acting, or do you want me to talk about the sets or the costumes or the lighting or the sound effects? How about sound editing? That's even an Oscar winning category that we rarely ever pay attention to. But I have, like, on occasion said, wow, that sound in that movie is really good. It was pretty good for the element. I don't really remember, but I could hear it. So, okay. All right. Hey, next in our bag of movies, we got a lot of movies in the bag of movies. I don't even know. I'm live. It's been 10 minutes. Is anybody watching? Who knows? Because I gave a link that may not have worked. Anyway, we're going to go right to the next one. And of course, you'll be able to find this later. What's this? Uh-oh. I know. Don't know why I picked this up. It's another Bruce Willis movie. It's Unbreakable. Now, I think I've already reviewed Unbreakable on the Schlockmeister show, one of my many seasons. I'm up to like season 7 or 8. And that current season is based on the Raiders of the Lost Ark, or Raiders of the Lost Schlag, as I like to say. However, it's been in limbo since I haven't edited anything past episode 2 or 3. Those will eventually make it to the light of day. But until then, these live shows are easy because I don't have to edit anything. And if anybody knows anything about Schlockmeister, my life is all about ease and comfort. Yes, thank you. All right. Well, hey, Unbreakable. You're probably wondering why Unbreakable is in the thing. And I did recently rewatch it, and it did make more sense the older I got, because when I was watching it back then, I probably didn't remember what happened or how it worked or what was going on. But it's excellent, and also Samuel L. Jackson, of course, was effing great. All right, and hey, Peter Travers of the Rolling Stones said it's mind blowing. It's rare that a movie leaves you pinned to your seat, wanting to see it again right now, this minute. Yeah, that is rare, and I'm not sure this was the movie. The Sixth Sense was the movie that leave you pinned to your seat, wanting to see it again right now, this minute. And Bruce Willis was excellent in that one. That's the movie that M. Night Shyamalan. And if you can say it better than I do, please, in the comments below, leave your own video recording of his name. But you know him; he is the master of twist endings, and it got to the point where his twist endings. Is somebody watching? Somebody's actually watching. Thank you. It, Gabriel, thank you so much. I don't know if anybody else is watching, but at least Gabriel's watching. Oh, what was I going to say about M. Like Shyamalan? Um, Basically, he went downhill fast. He just couldn't get out of that same pattern of trying to do a twist ending and trying to really keep people going. Hey, Gabriel's back. I got somebody at least leaving messages. Now, why do I bring up Unbreakable, you wonder? Because, I gotta find it. Because it actually is connected to Split. Now, Split is a more recent movie. Yes, and it was scary. Ooh, look at this. Oh, I am Split. Anyway, why does Split and Unbreakable? I should put down the bag of movies. There we go. Why is Split and Unbreakable connected, you wonder? Because at the end of Unbreakable, spoiler alert, there's a subliminal message about Split. I'm sorry, that's backwards. At the end of Split, there's a subliminal message about, not that subliminal, about Unbreakable. Yes, so they are connected. So what, are you going to want to watch this one first? Yes, and then you're going to want to watch Split. So if you haven't seen, see, oh, I am Split. See, I can do that pretty good. Um, Too bad this one doesn't have a face. I could do that. Anyway, so if you're going to want to watch Split, you're going to want to split to the library and get Unbreakable first. Now, this is a special series. This is the Vista series. Look at this. Wow. Oh, I got to show this. This is cool. Nice. Wow. I could look at that all day. I love cool effects. I'm a photographer in my spare time, and I love to use Photoshop, trademark, in case you want to give me a free copy. And wow, look at that. I'm just going to blur the lens with that for a minute. Whoa. Oh. All right. Anyway, wow. It went orange or yellow on me. Anyway, so that's the Vista series. It comes with 2 discs, and there's a ton of extra stuff on there. Okay, so remember, if you want to watch Split, watch Unbreakable first. Then it makes more sense because at the end of Split, I was like, what is going on here? I knew I recognized somebody and I knew it had some connection to something in the past, but boy, it would be much better if you watch Unbreakable first. Let's go back to our bag of movies. We are doing great here in our first live ShlockFest on YouTube.com. Finally, YouTube. I've been able to live on the other social media platform, which I won't mention unless they'll pay me money. But YouTube is tough. I still can't figure it out. But hopefully I'm on there. All right, hey, I'm not going to look. Remember, I said I wasn't going to look. We're in the bag of movies, and the next movie is, one of my favorites, Halloween. This is actually not the original Halloween. This is the Halloween collection. 3-film set of Miramax classics. Now, regardless of the problems that Miramax is going through, and I don't even know if they're still around, Halloween was and always will be one of my all-time favorite movie series. They weren't all great. They went way downhill right after the first one, but they picked up again. And gosh, as much as I could talk about the first movie being the most perfect horror movie ever, these were pretty good. And I'll tell you which ones are on this particular disc in case you can find it somewhere. Halloween H2O, interesting title. That was their 20th anniversary. and Jamie Lee Curtis was back in action for that one. That was awesome. Along with a lot of young stars, including Michelle Williams, Josh Hartnett, uh, LL Cool J, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt made a cameo appearance in this one. Then on top of that, we have Halloween Resurrection, which has Busta Rhymes and Thomas Ian Nicholas, among other people. Also, Tyra Banks and Jamie Lee Curtis. Now, why, oh, why couldn't Jamie Lee Curtis then been in the last one here? She wasn't. Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. I read those out of order actually because Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers was 1995, H2O was 98, and then Resurrection was 2002. But in The Curse of Michael Myers, our buddy Donald Pleasance was still around and kicking, and he was kicking ASS as Dr. Loomis, trying to, kill mean old Michael Myers. But guess who else was in The Curse of Michael Myers? I might have said this on a different program. Paul Rudd, ladies and gentlemen. Ant Man was in one of the originals. I'm actually rewatching all the Freddy movies right now, and that will be hopefully talked about tonight at midnight Eastern on my Too Late with Schlockmeister talk show, uh, which hasn't happened yet, but hopefully tonight, April 20th. And I'm putting that date out there because if it doesn't happen, maybe I can just do this again, or maybe I'll have to use Facebook Live. Anyway, the bottom line is I've been rewatching those nightmare movies, and there's a lot of like stars that started in those movies. Johnny Depp is the most famous one. I'm not sure if he had already done 21 Jump Street or whatever, but there's other famous faces that pop up throughout that series, and that's kind of very cool to go back and watch all these and realize, oh, that's where they got their first big break or whatever. So anyway, Halloween. What more can I say? Any time of the year. You don't have to wait till October to see Halloween movies. They're awesome. All right. Well, on that note, we're going right back to the bag of movies, and let's see what we got. Oh, I just rewatched this last night, or most of it, when I wasn't, taking a nap. But Pacific Rim. Now, you might say Pacific Rim. Is it the new one that's out, Pacific Rim Uprising? And I would say no. This is the original Pacific Rim. I always, as a movie connoisseur or sewer, I like to watch the old movies before I go to see the new movies. In fact, I need to see some Marvel movies before I go see Infinity Wars, which opens next week. And gosh, I would love to see a free preview of that, Marvel, if you're out there. Uh, but anyway, so we missed Pacific Rim Uprising in the movie theater, and I heard I didn't miss much. But the original Pacific Rim is actually very good. And guess who stars in this? It's our old friends Charlie Hunnam and Charlie Day, and in an amazing, well, Idris Elba's also in there, the new Bond. I don't know if he's going to be the new Bond. Charlie Hunnam's from the Sons of Anarchy, which I didn't watch, but he was also on Skins, I think, original Skins. And Charlie Day's from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which I watched the first season. Sorry, Charlie, but he's also in The Horrible Bosses. Anyway, guess who's really the star of this movie? And it's not the robots. It is Ron Perlman. Yes, Hellboy makes an amazing appearance in this movie, and he's hilarious. And I could watch him in literally anything except Sons of Anarchy. Sorry, Charlie and Ron. I'm not really into that motorcycle. Maybe I'll have to give it another shot. But I tried to watch one episode, and I was just like, that's too much for me. Anyway, Pacific Rim, good movie. Better to see it on a big screen. But hey, if you have a big screen TV at home, you're doing good. Show you on the back. Somebody said it was spectacular. I think they were paid to say that. But anyway. No, it was very good, and I'll probably rewatch the parts I missed just to catch up on that one, and then hopefully see. Wow, I did this, and it was like a special look. Like I'm just doing that in case you're wearing your 3D glasses. I don't know what the hell I was saying about Pacific Rim. Oh, I do need to see the new one. So when it comes to DVD, I'll do a review of that. Okay. All right. We're back to our bag of movies. Man, we are literally 20 minutes in, and I have one viewer who said they love me. I don't know. Gabrielle, whoever, they love me. That's it. All right. Well, next movie in our bag. Oh, Jeepers Creepers 3. Now, you're going to say, there you are. You're going to say, hey, Schlocky, have you seen Jeepers Creepers 3? And I will say no. You know why? Because I watched Jeepers Creepers 1 on Netflix or Amazon. I'm not sure which. And we had to pay for it. And then they wanted us to pay for two. And then, wait, or two was free. Oh, I almost bumped my mustache. I don't think I had to pay for it. Actually, one and two were free, and three was pay. So then I ran to get the DVD of three, so I didn't have to pay. Sorry, guys. And we didn't see Jeepers Creepers 2 yet. So I can't watch Jeepers Creepers 3 until Jeepers Creepers 2. Can I say Jeepers Creepers any faster or more often than I just said in the past 1 minute? Now, on the last day of the Creepers' 23rd day feeding frenzy, that's it. I'm not going to read anymore. That's a spoiler right there. There are some crazy pictures in the back. And is there anybody famous in this one? No, they were. Oh yeah, Meg Foster, Stan Shaw. Stan Shaw. That's not who I'm thinking. That's not Bucky. Stan. I don't even remember Bucky's real name. All right. Chester Rushing is in this, and Gabrielle. Hey, Gabrielle. Ha, Gabrielle. Okay, well, Meg Foster's looking pretty old in this one. I'm sure that's makeup, but she's been around a long time. She's probably been in some of the movies that we all love, and I can't remember any of them now. But anyway, The Creeper. I've been trying to figure out. I'm gonna make my own horror movies very soon under the Schlockmeister brand name, which has a lot of street cred in the Hollywood film community. Anyway, oh, The Creeper was a pretty original invention, and I'm watching all these horror movies, and I'm going, well, I got to come up with something original and unique. I have a few ideas. If any producers are out there that want to hear them, please, I'll be willing to pitch to anybody. Gosh, this Schlockfest is turning into one big long infomercial about my lack of career in the industry. Anyway, let's go to the back of movies, and we're gonna pull out. Oh, all right. Now, I usually do movies, but this was a TV series based on a movie, and the most amazing thing about this, I'll tell you in a minute, but it really blew my mind. We are looking at Fargo. Now, this is season 3 of Fargo. Now, if you haven't read anything about season 3, I'm gonna give you a quick look. Okay. And that's it. I'm going to put it away. Do not read anything about it. Do not look at the credits at the beginning because I was surprised and shocked by some of the casting choices, and you will be too. Now, you're going to wonder, why am I watching Fargo season 3? Well, because I watched Fargo season 1 and 2, and they were excellent. But this all leads me back to the original Fargo, which was one of my all-time favorite movies. The Coen brothers can pretty much do no wrong in my book, except for those few movies in between, the good ones at the beginning and the good ones toward the end. But literally, Fargo starts off with this thing that says, this is based on a true story. And some of the names of the victims have been changed to protect their identities, but everything else in the story is real. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. That original movie had, can't think of his name right now, but the really wimpy guy and his wife, and then there was a wood chipper. Anyway, not to give away too much, you got to really go see Fargo if you haven't seen it yet. Oh, and of course the female cop. Oh my God, she's amazing, and she won an award. She won the Academy Award. Frances McDormand. She's one of my all-time favorites. Anyway, gotta see Fargo. But I can blow your mind now, or I could wait till a later date till you've seen it. Now, and if you once you start to see the first series of the TV show, you're like, okay, well, oh, this is an expanded version, a reboot of the original, and they found more. They found more, crime files or something, so they could fill out the story more, right? Well, come to read something on the internet. The internet's pretty amazing because it actually tells you stuff. Fargo's ready. I hate to blow your mind, unless you know this already. Fargo is not based on a true story, and neither is Fargo 2 or Fargo 3 for that matter. Because when I started watching Fargo, it took me actually through all of Fargo, the movie, and then years later, all of Fargo season one of the TV show. And then I'm like, okay, that was based on a true story. Wow, that's amazing. Sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. And then I start watching season two, and I'm like, oh, there's different characters. How could this still be based on a true story? Did they find another outrageous murder mystery up in Minnesota with those crazy accents? And sure enough, I looked online or somewhere. I couldn't look offline, but I looked online. I guess offline would be the library. Hey, shout out to the library. I'm at the library today. If you're wondering why I have a great set here. But back to what was I saying? Yeah. Oh my God. The Coen brothers just lied. They just said it's based on a true story. And so every episode now in season three, at least, when they say this is a true story, the true mysteriously vanishes. And it says this is a story. So, Coen Brothers, you were tricky. My gosh, that was at least 25 years of my life believing that that wood chipper was real. Ah, anyway, I believe anything if you tell me. We're back to our bag of moves, and it's getting lighter. So don't worry, guys. If your lunch break's almost over, there's not much left here. And if you're watching this later, then you can pause at any time you want and go get anything to eat or drink that you want. Okay, we're looking at Flatliners, and this is not the original Flatliners with Kiefer Sutherland, although Kiefer Sutherland may or may not make an appearance in this new Flatliners. This is a reboot, and look at that cool cover. I don't know if you can see the 3D effects. It's pretty interesting. There's some really good people in this movie. Can't think of any of their names right now. There they are: Ellen Page, Nina Dobrev from The Vampire Diaries, and Diego Luna. And well, I guess there's only a few names. Might as well mention Kiersey Clemens. He doesn't want to be left out there. But anyway, Flatliners. It was pretty good from what I can remember. Oh, they added a fifth medical student, and I'm reading the back now. There are some special features on this one. But would you want to go back and see the original Flatliners? Yes, I would say so because that was, a cult classic. And if you're going to watch the new one, watch the first one first. I mean, that's my rule of thumb. But you'll enjoy this. I wouldn't watch it, all by yourself in the dark. Maybe I would. I can't pay the light bill, so everything I watch is, and of course I have. Yeah, all right. Well, anyway, on that note, we're gonna go right to our next bag of movies. There's only a couple left. Oh, all right. Here's another new movie. See, I'm not just about the old timey movies. I'm about every movie, and this movie's called Atomic Blonde. Boom. Now they were talking about this being a female Bond movie. I don't know if anybody ever talked about that. Oh, guess who directed this? The guy who directed John Wick. Wow, that kind of makes sense once you see Atomic Blonde. It's kind of a female John Wick. Or if you put John Wick in a blonde wig. Anyway, let me tell you one thing. Charlize Theron kicks some butt in this movie. James McAvoy's in it too, and you'll be like, "Oh, that's the guy from Star Trek and 10 other things." Well, maybe he's X-Men. I don't even know how many movies he's been in. I think it's X-Men. Sorry, Star Trek. He might be in Star Trek one of these days. But anyway, Atomic Blonde. Yes, so she's a spy. I could read you the whole thing on the back, but you wouldn't want to hear that. It's rough and tough, rated R, and I remember a lot of scenes of her being all beaten up, laying in the bathtub. So hey, some people might just run for that, run to see that. Oh, John Goodman's in it. I recognized him from the back here. He's in everything. John Goodman, I mean, he's doing the Roseanne reboot, and then on top of it, he's in like 10 movies lately I've seen. He's everywhere. All right. Well, what more can I say about it's sexy ass kicking fun. I wasn't gonna use the A word, and there it is, Sarah Stewart of the New York Post. She said it, I did. All right. On that note, if you want a real good action thriller, go rent or buy or download. Does anybody look? I'm holding DVDs. I thought about this. Schlockmeister is all about the DVDs because I can hold it up and point at it and read the back. But now in this day and age, all the streaming possibilities are out there, and gosh, DVDs might go the way of the Beta Max, or even the VHS, or even the record album, or even the landline, or even the fax machine, or even the pager. So this might be a collector's item one day. Go buy one. All right. On that note, we've got a few more left here, and we're gonna pull out. Okay, there's one movie that won the Academy Award for Best Picture and was a rare genre film to win that accolade. And I watched back in the day when it came out. And I've sworn to myself that I would never watch it again because it was way too disturbing. That movie is Silence of the Lambs. Yes. I know she looks like she's eating a butterfly. Even that has a little skull in it. Look at that. Uh huh. Never noticed that before. Is that a skull butterfly? Or... Okay, it won the Best Picture in 1991. That's a long time ago. And Anthony Hopkins, of course, became, an icon in the role. What the hell was his role's name? I know it. It's on here. Hannibal Lecter. Yes. How'd I forget that? But, oh, and, hey, Jodie Foster does well too as the FBI agent Clarice Starling. And there's a lot of quotable quotes in this movie, and there's a lot of memorable moments, but it's too disturbing. I didn't even watch it. I just picked it out so that I can point it out to you guys and tell people how disturbing it was. I mean, thank God, oh, Jonathan Demme directed it, and Ted Talley, who was a playwright, wrote the screenplay. So there's a lot of, a lot of Scott Glenn's in it. So there's a lot of talent in this movie. And I'm not telling you not to go see the movie or not to rent it or buy it or stream it or upload it or download it or illegally copy it. Yeah, I am telling you not to illegally copy it because hey, let's support the Hollywood movie industry. But oh, and on that note, I want to talk about Movie Pass next. But anyway, this is a knockout, the most exciting thriller in years, the New York something. There's a sticker on it. Okay, so do you need to see it? Yes. Do you need to see it more than once? No, I think once is enough. And I might go back to watch it just to see what I was so disturbed about the first time. It's probably that guy in the well with some weird lotion. But uh, oh, and there's the ending too, which I had a better ending. If anybody wants to know what my better ending to Silence of the Lambs is, please write in. And if I can remember it, I'll tell you because I was watching it. I'm like, this is interesting, but I had a better way they should have done it. And they did. Now, since we have a little time left, let's talk about Movie Pass. Movie Pass was like my Christmas miracle come true. It was a $9.95 a month membership where you could go see one movie a day, a 2D movie, not a 3D movie, but who cares? I don't even watch 3D movies anymore. For that small amount, which is basically nothing. And you'll be like, oh my God, that's amazing. I've been paying 9, 10, 12 bucks a movie every 2, 3 times a week, unless I go to see free previews. And literally somebody else is watching. Hey, Floral Axis Sun, bro. Oh, he says, I've watched The Silence of the Lambs a few times, and my ending would have been a happy ending where everyone lives happily ever after. Yes. No, that's not what my ending was gonna be. Just to give you a clue what my ending was gonna be, from what I can remember, the camera is following Jodie Foster as she's walking, so you're following behind her, and it wasn't from the point of view of Hannibal Lecter. And I think my idea was to make it from the point of view that he was actually in the room, because otherwise, why are we seeing that angle on her? So that's it. Floral Axis Sun, bro. Somebody's they say they've known me way too long with 3 smiley faces. I don't know who Floral Axis Sunbro is, but hey, you're cool. And if I do know you, I hope I don't owe you any money. Okay. Movie Pass. I got a Movie Pass. I never used it. I lost it. I had realized you had to use an app, and now they're saying Movie Pass might, go the way of the dodo bird because literally they can't afford to keep paying for people's movie tickets. So I hope if you did get a movie pass, you used it and got your money's worth out of it because I didn't. And I'm waiting for my replacement pass even. So on that note, okay, you got a few more. Sun Access, bro, Floral, follow me. And Gabrielle's still there. Two people. That's two more than were watching me, yesterday. Well, the one guy from across the street with the binoculars. But okay, the next movie. Uh-oh. All right, now this is an old movie, but it relates to a new movie, just like some of those other movies I talked about. Have you seen Ready Player One? It was gonna be the big hit of the year. I was looking forward to it. I read the first two chapters of the book and I loved it, but I stopped because I didn't want to know what was going to happen. Then I knew that Spielberg was bringing in this blockbuster. I was like, yes, a return to the old great days of yore. E.T. and Raiders and all those movies. But it was if you haven't seen Ready Player One, I won't ruin it for you. But if you have seen it, it was okay. I need to read the book now. Anyway, if you haven't seen Ready Player One and you want to see Ready Player One, then you got to see The Shining first. Hey, Jack, how you doing? On Gabrielle says, up high. He keeps saying up high. I hope that means great job. Um, this is considered the first epic horror film by Jack Kroll of Newsweek. I don't even think Newsweek is being published anymore, so take that quote as you will. But it was one of the first epic horror films. I'm trying to think if it was there or what year was this? This was the 1980. And hey, I just saw a documentary about Stanley Kubrick's assistant called The Film Worker. If you get to see that, you will get some amazing insights into what it was like to work with Stanley Kubrick. Yes, that's how you say his name. Kubrick, Rubik's Kubrick. Anyway, The Shining. So if you haven't seen The Shining, why haven't you seen it? It's disturbing, like The Silence of the Lambs, but it's not too disturbing. So you can actually rewatch it. Now, you want to rewatch it before you see Ready Player One, and that's because in Ready Player One, no spoilers, but they refer to The Shining kind of majorly. So I would say check this bad boy out before you go check out Ready Player One, and then you'll be ready to see Ready Player One, and you'll have won, and you will be a player. All right, we only got a few more left. Anybody else watching? Uh oh, all right. Floral Axis Sun, bro. He's like my co-host. Says it was a made-for-TV quality movie. Ready Player One, not The Shining. So he agrees with me that Ready Player One was okay. And Gabrielle says, I love you. So, with fans like that, who needs enemies? We got only a few more left, and this movie's called Hocus Pocus. How'd that get in the bag? I have not seen Hocus Pocus. I don't think I ever saw Hocus Pocus. Bette Midler's in it, and Sarah Michelle Gellar. No, Sarah Jessica Parker. One of the Sarahs is in it. I'm trying not to look at the front. Kathy Najimy's in it also. See, I knew all those names. Thora Birch is in it. Vanessa Shaw and Omri Katz. I do not know Omri Katz. Probably the young male, because there's no other males in the thing. Uh, I think they made this into a musical. I think they were talking about redoing it. Walt Disney Pictures, very, very funny. A 10 from KCOP TV in Los Angeles. Why haven't I seen it? I don't know. I got it from the library. I was gonna watch it just to catch up because I never really paid attention to it when it was out in the theaters. But is it good? I don't know. I mean, it has three women in it. Too bad it doesn't have Cher in there. Why did I think Cher was in there? She was in a couple of things. And hey, it was directed by Kenny Ortega. Oh, screenplay by Mick Garris, who I've interviewed in the past. And gosh, anybody else in this movie? Not that I can see. It's a Walt Disney movie, so watch it with your kids and enjoy. Focus Pocus. Focus Pocus is not the name of the movie, by the way. I just started saying the word with an F, and that's what came out. I've got literally 3 movies left in the bag. Uh, I'm going to take 1 minute to just breathe. Okay, now we are on to our final movies of the day. Hey, you're watching ShlockFest here on YouTube live. That was a shout out. Let me take this sticker off. Okay, now remember how I said I rarely will review TV shows? Well, that's because, I do love a lot of TV shows, by the way, and I've been binge watching. I just started the new Lost in Space. I'm going to give that one a 8 out of 10 so far. It had some interesting. I just watched the first episode, so no spoiler alerts in the comments, YouTube people. And what else did I watch? I mean, I've been watching The Walking Dead, and I can go. I'll do a whole Walking Dead schlockfest one of these days. Maybe I'll recreate scenes from The Walking Dead. I'm caught up on Game of Thrones, although I know there's not many episodes left of that. And I binge watched other TV shows. The Expanse was one of them. I can't think of any other names of any other shows. The favorite movie I've ever been, TV show I've ever binge watched, you're not going to believe it was The Shield, not Marvel Agents of Shield, but The Shield with Michael Chiklis about corrupt cops. And you would think Schlockmeister wouldn't like a show about corrupt cops, but it was so good that back in the day I would get the disc from Netflix. Yes, the disc when they mailed the discs out, and I would get it and watch it after work and mail it back. I'd have to put it in the mailbox that very next day so that the next disc would come because I couldn't wait because it was that on the edge of your seat, exciting. The Shield. That's my pick for all-time favorite best binging TV series, other than The Office, of course. All right, now we've got Scream Queens. Yes, and I'm not talking about guys in wigs. I'm talking about the Scream Queens from TV. This was the first season. I don't know how many seasons they ended up. They probably ended up with like 3 seasons. There were some surprising people on the show. Jamie Lee Curtis. See, we're getting a theme here going. And Emma Roberts, Leah Michelle, Kiki Palmer, and Abigail Breslin. Was she that little girl from that crazy? Yeah, she was Miss Sunshine, Little Miss Sunshine. Anyway, Scream Queens. I watched some of the episodes. I didn't binge it all the way through, and of course, I'm only on half of season 1, so there's no spoiler alerts from me, other than people seem to die in the movie. It was like a fraternity or sorority. Yeah, it was Kappa Tau sorority, putting every pledge on the edge. And Tierney Bricker from E News says it's fun, it's scary, it's glamorous, and it's freaking hilarious. So, and there were somebody really famous worked on this. The guy. I can't think of his name right now. I think he did. Did he do Glee? He might have done Glee. They could have done Sing Queens, and they could have done music. It could have been a musical. There you go, guy from Glee. That I can't remember your name. I want to say his name is Ryan, but it doesn't have it on here. It's in very small print. Does anybody remember who produced that? Hey, we still only got 2 viewers. That's fine. That's fine because you know what? 2 is perfect for this first episode of Schlockfest. We have 2 movies left. What will they be? I'm going to pick one out right now. Oh, whoa. Get off of this keyboard. All my movies are falling over. I got to put them back in the bag, but if I put them back in the bag, I won't know which ones I did and which ones I didn't do. Okay, we're down to our second last movie, and it is Valerian. Remember I talked about Luc Besson before? Lucbesson? Well, this is his latest, and it's a visual masterpiece, according to Bill Zwecker of Fox TV and Chicago Sun-Times. How come Bill gets to work at 2 places and I can't find a job? Come on, Bill. Give up one of those jobs. Anyway, Valerian. Yes. You know what? I actually really enjoyed this movie. I didn't have any preconceived notions. I didn't watch the video game or the comic book or whatever it was based on. I think it's based on something. Yeah, it's based on Valerian and Laureline. Why didn't they call it Valerian and Laureline, by the way? Because Valerian was nothing without Laureline. Anyway, I liked it. And it's a lot of cool effects. And I would have watched it on the big screen had I had my movie pass working at the time. But I didn't. So I had to watch it on the small screen. But I watched it in Blu ray. Which does anybody really see any difference between regular DVD and Blu-ray? If you do, raise your hand. The only time I ever was like, wow, that Blu-ray is amazing was when I rewatched Jurassic Park movies on the Blu-ray. Then I could see like every hair on every pore and every inch of skin on Newman's. Let's just say Laura Dern, just to at least redeem that moment. I could have said Goldblum, but no, I didn't want to go there either. Okay, in fact, don't watch Jurassic Park on Blu-ray because you don't want to see Jeff Goldblum that close or that detailed. Anyway, Valerian, that's what we're talking about. It's called Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, but they couldn't put Laureline's name in there. Oh well. What can I say? Watch it. It's very cool. It's interesting, and the effects are great. And oh, there's a special appearance by a pop icon, and I don't want to give away their name, but they're one of the most popular singers of the recent history. Although lately, I don't know what they've been up to, but they portray a very interesting character slash characters in the movie. So that's all I'm going to tell you. And it's a one name artist. I'll give you that much. See if anybody can figure it out. All right, let me read. Hey, let me read some of the updating quotes here. Okay. Oh, Gabriel's in Brazil. That's fine, Gabriel. La vida es muy corta. I hope you know what that means. And Michael Chiklis' role of all time, Curly from the Stooges movie. Thanks, Floral Access, for that insight into comedy legends. All right. So, oh, Floral Access reminds everybody to subscribe, share, and like. Thank you. I don't think I have any subscribers. In fact, I think during this broadcast, I've lost 3 subscribers and I only have 2 people watching. Uh, oh, and Floral Access is waiting for the Too Late episodes. What's going on with Too Late before I get to the final movie? Well, this is it. I am friends with the Mummy and the Monkey. They are 2 of Cleveland's most amazing horror hosts, and they've been really putting their imprint on the map here in town and hopefully around the country and around the world because they have not only done live shows. They call it the Harry Scary Hangout. It's every Friday from 10 p.m. to midnight on the Eastern Standard side of the country. Um, but they also do live events. They did Cinema Wasteland. They do Goulardi Fest. They host things. They have a thrift store called the Thrift Crypt here in Cleveland, Ohio area. You want to look that up. And gosh, I mean, they are my inspiration. So that's why I tried to start Too Late with Schlockmeister as a companion show to their show. And it was going to run immediately after their show ends every Friday night. We were going to have a block of entertainment that would rival the old days when Goulardi and Big Chuck and Little John and the Ghoul were all like late night hosts here in the Northeast Ohio area. So we wanted to kind of recapture that magic, and I was just kind of piggybacking onto their show, but I was going to make it a little different. I had video guests on my phone, and the only problem was when I went to do it, I couldn't get YouTube Live to work. So I had to rush over to Facebook Live because I love Facebook Live. Sorry, YouTube Live. Facebook Live, you press one button and you're live. Although you're sideways, unless you turn the phone this way. It's a big mess. But anyway, my phone will not twist now. If anybody has any insights onto LG phones and how to make the screen twist, I need your help. So the short version is hopefully Too Late will be on the air maybe tonight. I'm hoping to do a Friday the 13th spectacular. I know it's Friday the 20th, but it's too late, so I missed the Friday the 13th. But watch for me here on YouTube or possibly on my Facebook, and I'll put that link below. Because one way or the other, I'm going to do a Too Late show tonight, and we're going to talk all about Friday the 13th. Actually, we are also going to talk about Jason and the Nightmare on Elm Street because that's the ones I've been watching. And if I have time, I'm going to watch Jason versus Freddy or Freddy versus Jason, whichever one comes first. And then it'll all tie together in a nice shiny bow. Yes. Okay. We are on to our last movie. Any other? Still waiting for too late. Okay. I don't care for Blu-ray. Oh, Floral Access says they don't care for Blu-ray, and they're saying it's like watching a daytime soap opera. Has a low budget look. Floral Access, you should have your own show on YouTube Live if you can figure it out because you got a lot of great comments. And Gabrielle, thank you so much for watching in Brazil. That's awesome too. I hope to go there one day. Rio de Janeiro and the wonderful crazy parade they have. Okay. Ah, well, we're ending this. I might have reviewed this before, but I happen to have it. So we're this was the last one in the bag of movies. The bag of movies is empty, like like my head. But anyway, here's the last movie, and it's a classic, and it brings back full circle what I was talking about before. E.T. E.T. phone home. E.T. phone home. Where's that camera? Wow. So am I looking? I hope. Well, the camera. Anyway, E.T. directed by Steven Spielberg. Yes, it's a classic. Yes, I probably watched it a little bit after uh, the. I should have watched it. I should have been younger because I would have been even more excited. It came out sometime in the 80s, I want to say. But it's excellent, of course. Everybody has seen it. Everybody knows the classic alien kid story, and in my mind, it's one of Spielberg's best because it just captures that innocence of childhood and really, how we think about ourselves in the world and how an alien would affect our lives. And it has Drew Barrymore and it has Peter Coyote, D. Wallace, who was recently here in town, and Henry Thomas playing the young kid. Oh, with the music by John Williams. Written by Harrison Ford's late ex-wife, Melissa Matheson. And anyway, it's a classic. You got to watch it. And now, I tried to recapture ET's magic with Ready Player One, if you remember me talking about that. Well, it didn't quite work. But there is a movie out there, which I don't have with me. It wasn't in the bag of movies today. I've talked about it before and it did recapture the magic. It's called Super 8. Is it called Super 8? Yes. It's the one where the kids are making the movie and then something happens and the train, and I don't want to give away too much. You just got to go out and rent Super 8. I think that was the name of it. Gosh, if that's not the name of it, I'm wrong. But yeah, Super 8 was super in my book. It wasn't great the first time I watched it. And I kind of had that same excitement for Cowboys versus Aliens. Like you get built up for these movies, especially if you see Spielberg's name on it. But um, I went back to watch Super 8 and I was just totally entranced by the whole filmmaking element of it and how they tied that all in. And that recaptured the magic more than anything. So if you're looking for a movie, I don't have it with me, but if you're really looking for a movie to recapture all those wonderful childhood memories of watching Spielberg movies and other summer blockbusters, Star Wars, and all that, I mean, Super 8 is a good way to go. Star Wars, I will have a whole Star Wars. What does this say? I have 5 minutes remaining. Please save or print my work as it will be lost upon logout. Hey, this is what you get when you're working at the library. But at least I got some really cool background and kind of a better camera than the camera I have. And all right, well, hey, what was I talking about? Oh, we'll do a Star Wars special one of these days too. All right, wow, Schlockfest. It actually happened. I hope this saves it. I hope it doesn't go into the cloud or the Ethernet or whatever other words I don't know how to use in a sentence. Any last I am sorry I have to get so close to read these comments and squint. Yes, it's called Carnival. It's when Spielberg knew how to tell a story. It wasn't great the first time I watched it. It was the same movie. Ha ha ha. It just took you a couple of times for you to process it. Yes, Floral Axis Sunbro is right on the money with all his comments today. Now, I've never seen Carnival. I have a friend named Carnival, great actor, Edward Carnival. You may have seen him on one of my favorite movies, which I'm trying to finish binging, is uh, uh, Boardwalk Empire. Yes. Okay, so which series have I not finished binge watching? I'll let you know that since I'm just throwing everything out and I'm wrapping this up. I've got 5 minutes. Um, Boardwalk Empire, I'm in the middle of. See, here's the problem. When I stopped Netflix in my past location, I lost that whole queue. Remember, you had a queue? But because I don't have it on my computer anymore, I don't have the queue. So I don't know where I'm at. So Boardwalk Empire, I'm in like season 3 or something, and I think there's 5 seasons. Dexter, I didn't finish. I heard it's not the greatest ending to a TV series, but I still want to watch the rest of it. But that probably means I got to go back and watch the beginning again. Also, Mad Men. That's another one that I was stuck in the middle and didn't finish. Were there any other ones? Curb Your Enthusiasm, I'm pretty caught up with. That was hilarious. And oh, there were. Oh, well, I might as well throw out all the TV recommendations I can. My favorite movie, my favorite TV show on TV right now is Fresh Off the Boat. I really hope they renew that for season 5. That's great. I watch it every week. That's one of the few shows I've ever watched every week. Chuck being the other one. And gosh, if they ever brought back Chuck, that would be great, even for a movie. Come on, guys. Subway, get on that. So on that note, hey, I've been watching a lot of newer movies lately. I just saw Super Troopers 2, and I think that's out today. And gosh, that movie would have been funny 15 years ago when it would have came out right after the first one. I need to go back and watch the first one because I don't remember the first one. It was pretty good. A lot of raunchy, crazy humor, but yeah, I think it would have been better off if it had come out back in the day. So all right, ShlockFest is almost over. Wow. Hey, if you wanna if you wanna be like Schlocky, dress in green and try to figure out your own YouTube live show, and then you'll be like me. But if not, just come back and watch me every time I'm on your screen. Go to schlockmeister.com for more, all my old episodes, all my crazy skits and fun live event reporting that I do. At least it's fun for me. Schlockmeister is spelled ShlockMeister. There's no C in it. And if you don't know the story behind that, I tried. Oh, there's only 1 minute remaining. The story of Schlockmeister. He was born about 4 years ago, and I tried to get Schlockmeister with a C, SchLock, but that was $1,000 for the domain name. So I got the ShLock Meister.com name, and that was $9.95. Okay, on that note, goodbye from Schlockfest. This is the first episode. Why do I put up 2 fingers then? It's the first episode, and you were here to witness it. And we'll see you again soon. Hopefully, this is freezing now on my 2 thumbs up. I guess I'm still going. That was going to be such a great ending there. Oh, I think I figured out